Hello guys, this is Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you here and I hope you're gonna enjoy your time. So today is gonna be a mini declutter video, and basically I just realized that something is in my collection and never get used and they're getting too old anyway, so I probably shouldn't be putting them on my face. Or some of them I just don't use at all, but they are too old for me to give it to someone, so like an old eyeshadow palette, but I can still use it. But yeah, you know, it's too old, so I would not want to give it to anyone. And I'm planning to film an inventory soon, so that's definitely coming, and I just thought to get myself into a bit of an order before I get to that, because yeah, I think my inventory will be a bit bigger than it was last time. Spoiler. But either way, I'm gonna just show you the products that are next to me that I'm gonna get rid of, and I will let you know why I'm doing it as well. And yeah, let's just hop into the video. Oh, also, if you want to see last year's inventory before this year's, I can link it in the card and down below. But yeah, let's move on to the products. Let's start with the only makeup brush that I have in here, and it's this foundation brush. It's a MAC 170. I have quite a few of these. So some of you might know that I used to work for Becca Cosmetics, and we didn't have that many brushes that were the Becca brand. So we used MAC brushes mainly because MAC is a sister company of Becca. They are both part of Estee Lauder. And yeah, it's not a bad brush, to be fair. Like, it is quite good when it comes to blending out foundation. But mine is falling apart. I don't know if you will be able to see, probably not. But there are just so many bristles. And maybe you can a little bit, I don't know. There are so many bristles coming out and it's just shedding like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, this I'm gonna just get rid of. I have like 3 other one of these, so I'm not too shattered. Also, MAC is not cruelty free. So, you know, I just wanted to use this brush while I had it, but it got to a point where every time I use this particular one to blend out my foundation, I just leave bristles everywhere on my face, and it's just not worth it, especially when I have so many other brushes and I have this particular brush as well that is not actually shedding. So this will definitely go into the bin because ain't nobody got time picking out bristles from my face. Next up, we have 3 skincare products. So the first one I'm sure you've seen on my channel. If you look at the back, you can see it's been in a project pan. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Goddess Skin Clay Mask, and I had this for years. Oh, Willow is here. Hello. Hello. Okay, as I was saying, I had this for a way too long, and I don't particularly enjoy this. Now, I think if you're looking for something that's gonna firm your complexion, go ahead, get it. Like, it definitely, I can feel it like sucking in my face, but I did not enjoy this. At the point where I bought it, I wanted it something that's gonna be like hydrating, but it will tighten my pores, and this, while it tightened my pores and tightened my skin, I don't feel like it gave me the hydration I wanted. And to be fair, it does say visibly lifts, smooths, brightens, and tightens pores. And it did, but I just feel like every time I used it, it left my skin so tight, and it was way too tight for me. So while I got, you know, I used a lot of it, as you can see, there's only that little bit left. I did not enjoy this enough to use this, to finish it up, and now it's at a point where it's just so old that I don't really want to put it on my face, if I'm honest. So we're gonna say goodbye to this. Oh my god, there should be another skincare product somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but I'm gonna put it on the screen because I have no idea where it is. I looked all around my table. It's the Ordinary Peeling Mask. Is that what it's called? The red one. Again, I had it for so long, and that one I actually do really like. Now, it is quite intense. It is a peeling mask, but it does its job perfectly. I wouldn't use it more than like once a week, or like I use it like once every 2 weeks, but I was not consistent enough with it. And just because it's such a potent stuff, I, again, don't want to put it on my skin. I don't want to cause any irritation. And yeah, it's interesting because in my skincare, I'm quite fussy, but when it comes to my makeup, I'm like, yeah, I had it for 5 years. It will be fine. Anyone else? I don't know. Oh my god, the cat is the cutest. Alright, so I had like a cat cam in another video as well. So let me do that for you again. Because she's too adorable. Look at her. That chunky cat. Well, she's like, no, you're not playing with me, I'm not paying attention. Anyway, and next skincare product is the Ren Glycolic Radiance Renewal Mask. And this one is just like a trial size. I got it from one of my friends who worked for a juice company. And they had some sort of promotion going on with Ren. I don't exactly know what it was. And this one, look at it. It's still sealed. It's not even bloody open. But I had this for so long. She gave me like 3 of these. I used one of them. It was actually really nice. Now, did it make me super radiant? I'm not sure. I need to be more consistent with my masks, because while I'm a lot better at my skincare than I used to be, my masks, not so much. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm not like one of those Instagram girls like, yes, I put on a mask every single day or every second day and I'm beautiful. Like, I just don't have that consistency when it comes to masks. I'm sorry. But anyway, this is so old. The bottle is really mucky. I think it had like something pouring onto it, so now it's like really dirty. And it has like cat hair stuck to it and everything. So this one will have to go. It's too old. And then the last skincare product I have is the Medik8 Blemish SOS Rapid Action Target Gel. So a pimple gel essentially. And this one, I'm so ashamed to say, but it's almost completely full. I just don't think I used it more than like 5 times, maybe 10. Let's give myself some credit. I maybe used it 10 times, but I don't think it did too much for me, and I think that's why I never stuck to it. So yeah, Medik8 is more like a beauty salon kind of brand, I guess. I don't think you can find it in like many actual department stores, but they're supposed to have really good things. Now, I haven't really used many of their stuff. In fact, have I used anything? No, I think this is my only product from them, and it didn't work great for me. The beauty salon I used to work at part-time, they carried Medik8 along with not Dermalogica, sorry, I'm lying, Declutter. Declutter, I loved. This one, yeah, no, it clearly didn't. I don't think it worked for me. Like, I tried to use it a few times, and every time I used it, even if I use it consecutively in a few days, I never noticed a difference in my blemishes, so I think that's why I stopped using it. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Moving on, the rest of the things are makeup. So, 2 of the oldest things I think in here that I kept because I really wanted to use them up, but I didn't, are the Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluids. I don't even know if they still do it at Urban Decay, but I still have them. Now, these used to be part of my freelance kit when I used to do makeup on others, so, and I haven't done freelance makeup for the past at least 3 years, if not longer, so that shows you how old they are. But I was determined that I'm going to use them, and the green one, to be fair, is a lot more empty than the other one. I did use this quite a few times. If I had like a big pimple or blemish, and you know, I had like an acne scar that was more red, I did like dab this onto my skin. Now, I have to say, these are not my favorite color correctors. I just feel like they are way too liquidy and not necessarily pigmented enough. But I think if you just want like a sheer wash of color, for that it's perfect. And I did like the formulas. So, you know, I used to have the Naked Skin Concealer, God, years ago. It was beautiful. So I wanted to use them, but I realized no, they're way too old. Also, the peach one is more for a deeper skin tone. I'm way too fair for this. Yeah, it's too dark for me, too dark. If I use a really minimal amount, I can make it work, but again, they are so old, I shouldn't really put this around my eyes anymore. Same principle with the next 2 products. So one of them is the Too Faced Glitter Glue. Now, this was actually really nice. I used like a good, maybe not half, but almost half of it. Like, I'm roughly down here. So, well, maybe actually that is half. And it did what it's supposed to do. Like, it did hold glitter on my eyes, but lately I use like shimmery shadows, or like I like press a little bit of glitter on my eyes, but I don't wear like full-on glitter. And also, this is too old, so this is something that I will potentially repurchase, because I have so many glitters that I should really get them out more. But this one I shouldn't really put on my eye anymore. And another stuff along a similar line is the NYX Multitasker Mixing Medium. So this is similar to like the MAC Mixing Medium, where you can mix it with like a loose pigment, or just scrape off some of your eyeshadow, mix it together. You can turn it into a liner, a lip product, like whatever you want it to be. And I think I used like a good half of this as well. Again, this is more something I used to use when I used to freelance, so that used to show you, that still shows you how old this is. And also I used to experiment a lot with makeup, because I used to have a lot less than I do now, and I just unscrewed it so I can press out the air bubble. It is a good half of it at least is gone. So just to show you, like, you know, apart from the Medicate and the Ren face mask, like none of these are products that actually haven't been used. Those two, yeah, that's a waste, that's on me. But the rest I did use quite a lot, but it's just at a point where I shouldn't use that any longer at all. And then the last sort of eye kind of product is this one from Becca. And this is the, I always forget what they're called, Light Shifter Brightening Concealer. Now the formula of this, beautiful. I really like it. It's really similar to the Bobbi Brown Serum Concealer or the Fenty Under Eye Brightener. Is that what it's called? Like, it's a really sheer concealer formula that just brightens under the eyes because it reflects light back, so it's super luminous, super hydrating. It's along that line. But I don't know what happened, but I noticed that when I put it under my eye, the little sponge, like every time a little bit of sponge stayed under my eye, and look at it, the sponge is wrecked. Like, this sponge used to be at least almost double the size, and I remember one morning I like cleaned it on a piece of like tissue because I was thinking, well, maybe it's just a few bits that are coming off, and I'm not kidding you, half of the sponge came off with the tissue. And I was just sitting there like, oh my god, what happened? Now I know in the past, I'm pretty sure Becca had an issue with this, like the sponge started growing molds on it or whatever, I don't know. But the formula itself is really pretty. Let me see if I can show you. To be fair, there's not a lot left in there. There we go. So you can see it's a really nice reflecting under eye brightener. To be fair, I think it's quite similar like the YSL Touche Eclat as well, although not as sparkly, but it's a really nice product. But the reason why I'm getting rid of it is not necessarily the sponge, and I used to love this, even though it's a bit too dark. Like, the company gifted this to me when it came out. We all got it who worked there, and they gave me the wrong shade. They gave me 2.5, which is like the second or the third, and I needed the lightest, but I didn't have it, so they gave me this so I can still try it. And it was a bit too dark, so it's only something I could use in the summer, which is fine. I'm pretty sure I only got it last January, so it's not even that old. But last time I put this under my eyes, I don't know what happened. I had such a bad reaction. I like to put it under my eye, and because it's really nice and glowy, I usually like to bring it up around my temple like you would with a highlighter. And I put a little bit on my chin as well. My chin was fine, but all around my eye here, where I've put it, I had these little bumps. So I think it gave me some sort of rash, and now they just started to clean up. And I'm just like, I have quite bad... Well, I don't know if it's maskne or if it's hormonal. I don't know. It might be a combination of both. But I have quite a bad acne already down in this area. I think it's partly the mask, partly my hormones, because I came off the coil not so long ago. Maybe TMI, I don't know. But yeah, it's not great. So to also get like little bumps around here, I was not happy. I really wasn't. And this is the only product that I changed what I normally use on a daily basis. So I'm just like, you know what, there's not a lot left in it. Like, if you can see there, in this little see-through bit you were able to see like all of the concealer, and now there's just the smallest bit left. So I'm just like, you know what, not worth it, not worth it. So as much as it breaks my heart because the product itself is really nice and there's a little bit left, I can't give myself a rash every time I use this. No. And we arrived to the last product. I feel like I'm talking really fast, but it's quite a few items, so I just want to make sure that we get through the video. Breathe. So, the last item is something that I used to abuse. So, I have a picture of this before I like ruin it all, and it's the Morphe 35B. Now, can you see this is still the OG old Morphe packaging? So it is quite old, and I don't think you're ready for how it looks like on the inside. I'm so sorry. This looks disgraceful. But what was my idea behind it is that this palette is so old. And I don't mind using all eyeshadows as long as they have pigment, you know, it's fine, like it's an eyeshadow. Again, it's not a professional kit, it's not something I would use on anyone else, but on myself, it's fine. And you know, if one day I feel like it gives me a rash, like the Becca one, fine, I will get rid of it. But my idea behind this was that some of these shadows are still in perfect condition, while others are quite a bit dry. So I wanted to depot the ones that are still working, and the rest I can just throw away. On that note though, I did want to save this orange, but I could not get it out to save my life. I wanted to save these two, but I couldn't. And then I wanted to save like some of these greens, but again, I couldn't get all of them out, and I'm just like, you know what, I just got the new Beauty Bay Wilderness palette, so that has all the greens I can possibly want. I have a few orange shades, but if not, I can get some sort of single, like, it's fine. I made such a mess trying to get out all the shades I want, but I got there at the end. So this looks a bit sad, but this was one of my oldest palettes. Again, screen on the picture? No, picture on the screen of what it used to look like before. So you will see as well that quite a lot of shadows actually I've hit pen on to start with. And the rest is assembled now in my Z palette. So I have this like brilliant double-sided Z palette from my Kitco. And this is where the shadows are now. And look at it! It's beautiful! I love it! So, it's mainly all these round pens. There is a few that is from Essence, like this green one. Not Essence, sorry, that's NYX. This green one is NYX, that's NYX. Sorry, you can't even see. So that green, that one is NYX, and that one is NYX. But all the other round pens are from this Morphe palette. And I have to say, having them organized like this gives me so much inspiration, so much. And I'm just so happy looking at them. These are all the shadows as well that work beautifully. Although, looking at this magenta, I don't know what happened there. I might have lost that one. So some of these I had to repress. Oh, it's nice though. Some of these I had to repress because they broke while being depotted. So like this magenta one just seems like it turned too dark. So that one I might have to get rid of. I will see, but it's still nice. And yeah, most of these, again, it's just still so creamy. So there's nothing wrong with the eyeshadow, but I knew that not all of them work anymore, and I have so many eyeshadow palettes. Like, once you see my inventory coming, that's the one where I pretty much grew maybe double. I don't know the exact numbers, but I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. So I thought if I can condense it down and also just spark some inspiration, because how beautiful are they? Why not do that? So I saved some shadows, but the palette itself is gonna go because I know that I didn't reach for all the shadows. This way it gives me a bit more inspiration so I can start playing with them again. And also I needed to condense down my eyeshadow drawer because it's getting a bit ridiculous. Oh, another one that I decluttered, eyeshadow palettes. I almost forgot. But another one, I can put a picture up here of what it looked like. Oh my god, it was a mess. It was a mess. But I also have a picture of what the palette looked like before, and it was also in a panda palette, is the Balm Nude palette. It was one of the oldest palettes in my collection at this point, and I was not reaching for all the shades, so I thought there's no point in keeping them. And I kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades. So they are in the palette as well. So these two, and then those pens there, those are from the Balm Nude palette, and then these two down in the bottom. So, you know, again, I kept the shades that I like. So I kept a dark brown, a black, because both of them are actually really good. I really like those. And then I kept a light pink, like a cool tone brown shimmery shade, a warm tone brown shimmery shade, and then these two shimmers were some of my favorites from the palette. Even though they're just a champagne and like a white iridescent shade, I really like those. As you can see, there's a huge pen on them. I mean, there's pen on almost all of them that I got out of there. The pink one had pen in it as well, I'm pretty sure, but I had to repress, and it's only the two brown ones that didn't, but I decided to keep them anyway because they were quite nice. But yeah, this way I could get rid of 2 palettes from my collection, but still keep the shades that I know I can still get some use out of. And the rest, you know, they were so old anyway, it was not worth it. And now I can play a bit more. As I was saying before the camera cut me off, it just makes me super happy to look at them. So that's it. Now I truly mentioned everything. I hope you enjoyed this little video. It's just me talking about some products I'm getting rid of. But to me that felt quite nice and therapeutic. Therapeutic? Is that how you say it? I think so. Either way, I'm gonna go now. Also, just to quickly mention, none of these will make their way into my empties because they are not truly empties, are they? So, yeah. They're just gonna go straight into the bin, but for now I'm gonna go. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like to stick around for more videos, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. But for now I'm gonna go. I hope you have a really lovely day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye. Have a lovely day.